Yo people, what we saying? Right, basically, fucking, the clock is ticking, and we gotta understand here that only what is gonna happen is what we do, obviously, in terms of we're only gonna get as far as we take ourselves. The whole conscious community, everybody talking all this shit, yeah. There's people making moves, yeah. There's people creating stuff, and this stuff is super innovative, and we need more of it. But we also need to evolve, like the actual fucking fabric, so to speak, of it, like the actual kind of material in terms of, yeah, like the substance of it, where like a lot of people are talking a lot of stuff, and that's great, but obviously we need to like actually, yeah, there's this one thing, which is we need to figure out how to get the ideas, obviously, instead of a lot of this verbal talk, because there's a lot of that, and a lot of that is very, very good. There's this quote that is something along the lines of like, art is to make the revolution irresistible, or something like that. So it's very good, a lot of because basically, um, Illuminati Congo says, for example, that music is like the soul's preservation. No, there's a lyric on one of his features, and it says, "Sound is the soul's preservation." Um, and basically, you can like, yeah, it's like neurolinguistic programming type stuff. If you're familiar, check out a song by Mr. Traumatic called "Programming" for more. And basically, or yeah, or like that's why I talk about cognito hazards. I've got that logo that I'm always putting. That's what cognito hazards are, and it's just transferable ideas basically. Like you can kind of put some, you can put a, it's like you can literally put the same lens on someone else. If you can get them to wear the same lens by communicating an idea through art or music or something, um, then so we need this kind of like intellectual foundation of the music and stuff. That's all great, but what I'm saying is, what I was going to say, sorry, is there's like this gap between actuality and the talk about it, where like I'm talking about, like I'm literally researching, I have been for a long time, about eco villages, permaculture, for example. There's a lot of terminology like-minded to permaculture that I've learned through the research. I did make loads of playlists, but they terminated my YouTube channel. But for example, on Instagram, I've got an account called New Earth Actualization. That's just one like little idea that I got, uh, and loads of people are doing a lot of things of this nature. So that's what I'm saying. So like I got this New Earth Actualization, if you can see that, on Instagram, and there's just a lot of ideas there, a lot of videos and that. So check that. But yeah, and then obviously we need to actually do it, obviously, and that's very possible. Like for example, like Mr. Traumatic was talking for a very long time about doing, but getting his own bit of land and doing an eco village and things. The thing is, we've actually done a lot of it. So, for example, I made this like music video for the conscious rapper community, and they're like my friends. And for example, we had a festival at Elevate Festival in Glastonbury. I swear down, I literally witnessed like magic, bro. This was like actually like, I've got to be careful about what I'm saying, to be fair, because there was also I can't even. It's weird. No, it's fine. Like don't get me wrong. Like no, I'm not trying to make it seem bait or anything like that. Like it's fine. But what I'm talking is like this was a conscious rapper community stage at Elevate Festival in Glastonbury, and you could see the tour, and we was on the ley lines, and there's loads of conscious rappers there. Inspector Veg is there, Alchemist Ash is there, Michael de Souza was the one who fucking orchestrated a lot of it. Flowmatic helped a lot. I was there with Quintessence Music and MC Words. MC Words slipped in my tent. Yeah, there was fucking loads of people there. It was fucking awesome. But anyway, so what I'm saying is that was on a bit of land on a place called Crops Not Shops, and they're growing their own food there, and it's like a next to it's basically a fucking eco community. Like, a lot of people live there, I swear. And yeah, it's like, it's in Glastonbury, and if you know about Glastonbury, this is some like insider shit. Like, you gotta look at Mr. Traumatic Avalon, and that's one thing I feel like I can provide. I'm always thinking about new names and that, and like, I feel like in a way I'm like an insider, because the amount of shit that I've studied and researched and that, it's like, I feel like I know, like, it's actually daunting, the amount of shit that I know. It's fucking daunting, bro. It's not like egotistical, it's just I've seen so much now, and it's like I can't help but continue to see more, because I've already like rigged it now, because I've already seen too much. And now I have this fucking radar that I can't turn off. It's called the third eye. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, what the fuck am I actually saying? Let me get over it. Basically, what I'm saying, the clock is fucking ticking. Basically, we need to actually, like, we're only going to get as far as we take ourselves. So, basically, do more. Basically, we're actually losing people, yeah. Like, not to look at it in, like, this kind of, like, way, to be fair, because I see how this is not really. But, say, recently, a friend of mine has passed away. R.I.P. On Instagram, his @ is multi-dimensional being of light, and yeah, he was definitely on the wavelength. I had another friend ages ago. It's not really relevant to this friend recently, but like, he was also on this kind of wavelength, and it's interesting to me in a way how, like, because like, regardless of when or whatever the fuck, like, a lot of people, not inherently myself, but like, yeah, a lot of people in the spiritual community can have like potentially like suicidal thoughts. But yeah, I was actually thinking, in a way, I can't lie, the other day I said this, I was like, we need you, man, you're on our team, man. That's such a stupid way to put it, and if you don't understand what I'm on about, it's like you can imagine like an ideological like crusade, and like there's like a population within like a cult, so to speak. But that's not what this isn't what this is, because this is codes channeled directly from Mother Gaia. This is not some fucking, you know what I mean, this is actually in alignment with the fucking natural law, bro. You know what I mean? There's no wickedness. This is crystalline light wisdom, bro. There's a difference, alright? There's a fucking difference. Get to know the fucking difference. Anyway, we can't afford to lose more soldiers. Rest in peace to all my fallen soldiers. The best people die young. The world is rotten. So, what I'm saying, yeah, there's actually basically a lot of us are capable of a lot more, and we gotta understand that. Like, I'm starting to realize what is important to me, and in a way, like, I realized today, in a way, like, I live for this community. I really do care that much, man. Because there's like literally nothing else worth caring about, in a way. Oh, there's so many levels to it as well. I can't break it down to you right now, but like, I can't. I'll break it down in the future, and I'll continue to break it down a lot. But right now, I haven't got the time to do that right now. But there's a lot of shit that needs to get done, bro. And shit. Yeah. Basically, we're only gonna get as far as we take ourselves. So we gotta basically hit the acceleration a lot, very much, and slay the New World Order. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, basically there's like there's Matrix attacks all the time, and we're actually losing people to the Matrix attacks. We're basically, because I mean, I'm not like 100% educated and 100%, but things, concepts like the Kali Yuga, potentially, of like this artificial scarcity, things of this nature, the age that we're in, and yeah, it's basically, it's almost like you're kind of watching the scales in a way, where in terms of like, say, Mr. Traumatic has this lyric actually, he's like, this mass awakening is dragging on for fuck's sake. And sometimes you wonder, you know, because there's still a lot of NPC hive mind like behavior, and there's so much of it that you wonder, what is the fate of this realm? Are we gonna tip the scales before it's too fucking late? You know, what's it gonna take? Because basically, yeah, here's what's going on. Basically, there was like a super mega trauma, basically, that basically like whacked up the entire human race, right? And that is like all of the evil that you see. The evil is a symptom of the super trauma, right? And the super trauma was some, I don't know what the fuck happened, right? But anyway, so yeah, basically what's going down is, yeah, some people you can like wake the fuck up and have like a super evolution, and it can just happen to you. You will just like go through like a crazy spiritual like energy, recognition, like existential kind of crisis. You might have like kundalini or psychedelics. Was a catalyst for this kind of transformation for me, and it was what I was aiming for in a way. But anyway, so like, but what you can realize, yeah, and this is actually true, right? Regardless, I'm not saying anyone's better than anyone else, I'm just saying. So basically, there's a lot of people, yeah, who are basically fucked, right, in some way, and maybe they're not inherently fucked, right, quote unquote. Maybe I can use a better word, but they're just like literally they're just far gone in terms, and maybe that's all right in a way, but I just mean they literally like they're on a loop, and they don't really their actions don't make sense, and they're very outdated, and people like like it's basically, it seems like people seem to go unconscious, and then they seem to like perpetuate just like stupidity. And basically like it went for people to have higher consciousness within this kind of low frequency hive mind. A lot of it is to do with the food. So somehow we've ended up eating really, really low vibrational food, everybody, and like it's causing so much disruption, and no one even like it doesn't like it's weird. So you have to kind of like get out of that. But most people don't seem to be conscious of it, and that's the thing. It's like if you when you wake up, you become very much more sensitive to like energies like this. But it seems like most people just really don't give a fuck, and they are fine. But for me, it would trip. Like I can't live like that. Most people don't seem to care, but they don't seem to be awfully conscious. But anyway, what I'm saying is, I think the unconsciousness is like a trauma response potentially, and basically, yeah, I think uh, that a lot of the people were just like everyone's lagging. But it is really like what it is like everyone thinks that they're alright. They're all walking around as if they're alright. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like you're not allowed to just like attack someone on the street. Obviously, I don't know why I use that example. Just take this with a grain of salt. But like, um, you know what I mean? Because like everyone is assumed innocent in a way, and I'm not saying they're not. But it is literally. It's like at some point you. It's like you literally. It's like it's almost like like including myself. I'm not saying I'm exempt from this, but it's just like it's like you know it's like wouldn't it be radical to have the stance of like because you assume innocence and culturally like everyone has innocence, but it's like you could be like hold up guys, no, just stop, just stop. You think you're alright? Nah, nah, it's time to stop. This the it's just time to stop. It's time to stop. Where the fuck is it gone? Bro, I don't need this right now. Come on.